We're watching films on the toilet, because that's what dads have to do. When the movie's unsuitable for your kids, then pretend you need a number two. If you need a break from your family or spouse, there's a lavatorial picture house. Watch Terminator 2 while you're sitting on the loo. Enjoy the whole of Rambo 4 with your trousers on the floor. We're watching films on the toilet. How about you? Look into my eye.
Little reference for you there. And if you can correctly identify that reference, email us and we'll pick a winner who'll win £10,000.
Oh, wow, Eamonn. It's not that tricky, I wouldn't say, but...
Yeah, but we must ask that you don't use Google. Obviously, it's a trust-based system. We do ask you not to Google it.
No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that, would they? It's one of the great mysteries of contemporary cinema.
Yeah, it is.
That character said that, and we wonder why. Why would you want to look into someone's eye?
It's not the greatest comeback in the world.
Actually, it is.
Okay.
It is the greatest comeback.
All right.
You could come back from anything with that. Hit me, Eamonn. Hit me.
Okay. Mate, I think you're bang out of order.
Look into my eye.
You're right. It does work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I should have used that the other day. They're doing loads of roadworks around where I live.
Yeah.
And it's become hell. Like,
what, have they dug down that deep? Into hell?
Yeah, they've dug down into hell. She's like, lads, this is way too deep.
Dad.
I was like, Dad, what are you doing here? You don't live here and this is not your job. Why are you trying
There's demons coming out.
I mean, he did always say he was going to dig a hole all the way to hell. He's been saying it for years. I never thought he'd see it through.
Man's got to have a dream.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
So yeah, they school drop-offs have become a nightmare and it gets really, really clogged.
Oh.
And I was on my way out, and this guy, I sort of waited patiently as cars come through. Then it was my turn to go, so I set off with a load of cars behind me, and this idiot just zoomed down the other way with a load of cars behind him. So then it was impossible.
Yeah.
You're in a deadlock. We were kind of quite close to each other, and he sort of smiled and was like, would you believe it?
Yeah.
I just said, well, this is your fault. You should have waited. And he was just, I don't know what you're talking about. And he started going on. And I said to him, mate, stop running your mouth and do something about it. And then he's just started going, no, you're running your mouth, mate. You're running your mouth. Stop running your mouth. And in the end, I had to say to him, can you stop saying the thing that I've just said?
And was that?
No, I was able, through a lot of work, to try and manoeuvre myself into a tiny space on the opposite side of the road. And he was still out of his car at this point. And as I was driving forward to get an angle, he just went, are you trying to run me over? Are you trying to run me over? And I just said to him, of course I'm not, you f***ing moron. And that was the end of our exchange.
Yeah, I mean, if your immediate response had been, look into my eye, that would have been it.
Yeah, he would have backed off.
This guy's crazy.
I will use that next time.
You should.
That does work, look into my eye. I mean, what do you say to that?
Okay. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Watching films on the toilet, podcast, two dads.
Yep.
Watching films our kids can't watch and our wives don't like. Have to do it on the toilet.
Look into my eye.
Look into my eye. Yeah.
Excellent. So this week we are going to be discussing...
What are you doing down there? No.
Is your boy in?
So it's my daughter this time.
Is it?
Coming for...
You know what to say.
Oh, yeah. I can't. It'd be too weird. You got an orange. All right, off you go. Night, chicken. Yeah, I can't. That would be...
Oh, you chickened out.
Yeah.
Chickened out.
Yeah, be...
Oh, I love my kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to upset them. You are pathetic.
You can't even say that. You can't even say that, but there's no way you could do that in like a fun takeaway. Come on over. Look into my eye.
Anyway, this week we're talking about The Babadook, which is a 2014 Australian horror film. And as you may be aware, if you are a listener on the reg, Eamonn ain't no fan of horrors, and he sat through it, and we're going to find out what he thought. I can't wait. He looks a little pale, actually, so that's good. All right, got some correspondence. We've got a letter.
Oh, yeah?
You ready for it?
Hit me.
This is big, Eamonn.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, guys. Harry Styles here.
Ooh.
I know, right? Last week, you came up with a plan to dispose of my good friend James Corden by tricking the public into ripping him to pieces. And guys, I'm afraid that's just not okay.
Oh.
Well, it's fair enough, isn't it? Now, I know a lot of people wonder why I'm friends with James, as I am typically seen as one of the nice celebrities, and he is not a nice celebrity. Yes, he may be really impolite to waiters and anyone else that approaches him when we're out on the town together. And yes, it may also be true that he makes life a living hell for anyone that attempts to climb the entertainment ladder via his late night show. And yes, his laugh may make even my testicles retract inside my body. But isn't that precisely why we need James Corden? Doesn't a mutual enemy bring us closer together?
Ooh.
Don't the Chevy Chases and Ellen DeGenereses and Declan Donnellys of this world make it a better place? Do you really think One Direction would have been successful if we hadn't had Liam Payne to take our anger out on? Do you really think our tours would have lasted more than a few nights if Niall hadn't been able to pull the edges of Liam's duvet really hard, trapping him in his tour bunk while Zayn rained down punches on his chest and groin as the other one emptied a bottle of beer onto a flannel that I held over his face? No, of course not. So yes, James is a hateful sack of pork mince that brings shame on his country, but I think you'll agree he's a necessary one. Take care, Harry Styles.
Wow, that's a real interesting argument that I've not considered.
I think he's right. I have been on many a course where I didn't know anyone, and throughout the day we generally bonded over one person who we really didn't like. It seems to bring people together. So I think James Corden has done that to the entire country.
Do you think he's sort of done it knowingly, or do you think it's
Oh,
just...
no, he has no idea. But it's worked. It's worked really well.
So therefore, I'm not going to stop my anti-Corden
No, don't.
attitude, but I guess I sort of appreciate him in a weird new way.
Yeah, just don't kill him.
No, we need to keep him round.
We need to keep him round. So we won't encourage any more violence against him.
No.
We'll just
online.
We'll just
online sort of bullying.
That's quite in, isn't it?
Trolling I think is okay.
Trolling.
Might be showing my age here, but as far as I understand it, trolling is pretty cool.
Good stuff. So yeah, there we go. Big letter.
Okay. I actually have a shorter letter.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this is actually from one of the actors that we discussed about at length in The Shallows with our good friend Lee. I'll just read it out here. So it says, "Dear watching films on the toilet. Yours sincerely, Sully Siegel."
Oh, you got touched.
Yeah. He didn't really say anything else. He did, and he left a footprint.
Did he?
At the bottom, there's a little webbed foot. Did a little footprint there.
Is it an angry footprint, or do you think that was positive? It's hard to gauge it.
It's hard to gauge.
Did he type that? Did he type ah, or was it?
Yeah.
How did he spell it?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
So A R R R R R R R R R R R R
Good.
That's it.
I just wanted to know, so I'm glad I know now.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
An exclamation mark at the end, or just
no? You left it open. No punctuation.
no? That's it's a little slapdash, isn't it?
Yeah. Bless him.
I mean, the fact that he was able to use onomatopoeia is quite impressive, but punctuation would be nice.
Yeah, needs a little work there, Sully.
Oh well, honestly, the letters we get, it's amazing, isn't it?
Rich and varied.
They are.
Mainly hate mail.
Yeah, mainly.
That one we can't tell. Actually, that was one of the better ones because we can't really tell what he meant.
Let's just assume it was hate mail. Let's be realistic.
Okay. I mean, apparently he's a big QAnon guy, Sully.
Oh, of course. Yeah, makes
He's like
sense.
mad into like crazy Trump conspiracies. He actually helped storm the Capitol building.
Sully did. The seagull.
Sully did.
Yeah.
He had a little Viking helmet on.
Ah!
Oh, okay. Toilet news.
Oh, here we go again. Not being funny.
Space age toilet news this week.
Ooh.
Inspiration 4 crew had challenges with the toilet, Elon Musk says.
Mm-hmm.
So SpaceX's Inspiration 4 orbital mission with 4 non-professional astronauts was by all accounts quite a triumph for space history, space tourism and fundraising. However, there were some tense moments when it came to using the toilets on board the Crew Dragon spacecraft. Apparently the toilet's suction-creating fans had a mechanical problem that triggered an alarm within the spacecraft. Although apparently there were no human waste-related disasters on board.
So it wasn't so much the act, it was more...
Well, I'm assuming it was like a fan to suck out all the business. What do you think about billionaires' space race? Do you think it's the ultimate dick-swinging contest?
Oh, absolutely. It's stupid going up to space. It's the most dangerous place there is.
What about inside your mum's house?
That's dangerous.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
That is dangerous.
What if you left your house keys in space?
But why? How could I leave my house keys in space?
Well, how... Don't pick apart the question, Ben.
It's not. I'm not going to throw them into space, am I?
You might do. Do you remember that time you threw a baseball into the harbour?
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good comparison.
Yeah. So what happens if you threw your house keys into space?
Yeah.
Would you go into space to get them back?
My house keys. I'm trying to think what's on them. My car key, my house key.
Tesco club card.
Yeah, that's true. If I threw my wallet into space, I'd probably go and get that. Might have like £20.
Yeah, get up into...
What if you accidentally pushed your wife into space? Would you go and get her?
No.
No. Just come home.
Yeah. I'd be fed up.
Has William Shatner been to space recently?
He has, yeah.
Did he push his wife into space?
Did he not do something bad with one of his wives?
Well, I think his wife died in a swimming pool.
Ah.
And it was accidental.
Accidental, yeah.
Yeah, but, now that he's pushed his new wife into space, I don't think there's any question about what he did before.
Yeah. Do you think this was a dry run? So the next time we put, I really enjoyed that. I'll tell you what, next time, why don't you come with me?
I'm going to push her into space. Is that about Shatner?
It is a bit Shatner. It's like Jack Palance, but dialed back.
Yeah. Tango and Cash.
That's right.
Is Jack Palance in space?
Yeah, it's City Slickers 3 is set in space. The Legend of Curly's house keys.
Well, this has got weird.
It has. How do you think it will edit down?
Hard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this now, This is a meta moment.
Yeah.
It just tells you how bad it's gotten. What you've just listened to is maybe 15 seconds. This has been going on for half an hour, this chat.
You're probably completely unaware of what we're referring to because it's gone.
Yeah.
But we did edit hard.
We stuck with it. There was maybe 3 funny things that were said, and those are the bits that you heard.
Yeah. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good. Any more news of toilet, or are we done?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go on then.
Right. So, do you know who Meghan Trainor is?
Yes, I'm aware of
She's
Meghan
a singer.
Trainor.
So this is on BuzzFeed. So reading it takes about half an hour because you have to, between every sentence, you have to scroll to about 5 gigantic GIFs. Okay. Meghan Trainor finally showed us what her custom-built side-by-side toilets look like where she poops with her husband, and it's all just so chaotic.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. So she said, we just got a new house and we did construction. Nobody knows this, but in our bathroom there is one toilet, and a lot of time in the middle of the night when we're with the baby, we've got to pee at the same time. So I was like, can we please have 2 toilets next to each other? He says, we've only pooped together twice. We pee at the same time a lot. Which is interesting, really, because this is basically the antithesis of what this podcast is all about.
Yes.
Podcast is all about finding a moment to yourself out of the chaos of family life in the sanctity of your toilet. Meghan Trainor is opening up that sacred space to her entire family.
She needs to be stopped.
I mean...
Imagine if you were watching Aliens and then your wife came in and just sat there and did a poo. Jesus Christ.
No. And also, she must be really rich. So I'm guessing they've got like a couple of bathrooms at least in their house.
Yeah.
Why can't one of them just go and use the other toilet?
I know. It's so weird. Like, why would you do that? Right, fine. They're looking after their baby. They got a new baby. I understand that. But don't go to separate toilets. You don't need to sit there and do it together.
Do you know what? That, and also, maybe they'll stay together forever. It does seem like Hollywood couples don't last the distance as much as regular people.
Yeah.
So that's because she tweeted a picture of it as well. That is going to age like Matthew Perry when they finally have like their divorce. And it's just like, yeah, but what about your toilets together, Megan?
And then, yeah, her new man will come in and be like, get rid of that.
Get rid of that, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, it's like people... Yeah. I'm guessing this relationship was a rebound. Again, might not last that long. Maybe Megan needs to start looking for a different kind of guy.
Oh, he's horrible, that guy. I can't believe he said it.
Yeah. But it's, it's like all these sort of public displays of putting on Facebook and, oh, I love my husband. Like, just keep it to yourself. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Just, if you're telling me over and over again how much you love someone and how brilliant they are, and clearly things aren't right.
Exactly.
Things aren't right. Like birthdays, fine. Say something nice. That's good. But, I
agree. I think it's almost pays off to go the other way and sort of be like, oh, the old blooming ball and chain.
Oh, ball and chains on my back again. God, wish I hadn't married that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because then, like, when people see you and you're actually very affectionate towards one another, they'll be like, oh.
Yeah, we thought you hated each other.
We thought you hated that dumb bitch.
I think relationships would be healthier if people did that.
I agree. 100%.
Good luck with that, Megan Trainor. When you're suffering with norovirus and you can't have a toilet to yourself, that'll work, won't it?
Although, actually, if you straddle it right, you can have one toilet for your back end and one for your mouth.
Not if someone else is sitting on one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'd be annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
If that was the reason she did it, I'd be like, that's actually fair. If I had that kind of money, if I had Meghan Trainor money, yeah, I'd have a sick toilet as well. I'd have two separate toilets. But hers are terrible for that because they're side by side. What she really wants is two facing each other.
Exactly. I'm surprised she didn't go for that, to be honest.
Well, because at least you can have a chat, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
And that is all the toilet news.
Okay, lovely. So, Eamonn, how did you experience the Babadook?
As per our conversation, I wanted to make it an authentic horror experience. But I also wanted to be true to the format of this show.
Yes.
So I would watch it in the toilet, but I'd turn the lights out.
Good.
I watched, it was 8 separate sittings.
Not sure if that's the most effective way to watch it, but, at least you've turned the lights out. That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
One whole sitting in the toilet, lights out, as it's meant to be done.
That's right. Chris Nolan would absolutely hate this format because he wants every film to be watched in IMAX, regardless of your personal circumstances.
Yeah, all the quality of the film.
Yeah, so even if you're a busy working dad, Chris Nolan says, too bad. Watch it in IMAX or don't watch it at all. The
new Ken Loach in IMAX. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Do you know what, Chris? I might have entertained that idea until Tenet. Now, you shove that up your bum.
It's not called watching films in the IMAX, is it?
No, I'm going to watch... If we ever watch a Chris Nolan film, I'm going to find the smallest screen I've got in the house.
100 sittings.
And in 100 sittings, yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get it individually printed on those old school drums with the slits in.
Yes.
That you have to spin round.
That's a great idea.
I'm going to watch it on one of those.
You might like that as a purist.
He probably would, wouldn't he?
No, we'll just put your phone on one side of a door and watch it through the keyhole. So it's the worst possible small quality.
Or just get someone else to watch it and then give you a sort of a rough description.
Just read about it on Wikipedia.
Oh, and then these two armies are fighting. You don't know who's in which army. They run past each other a lot. Then a building blows up. Then it stops exploding. Then it blows up in another bit. Amazing.
Best film I've ever seen.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, they're really good. So good. And what did you drink?
You know, she sicks up a load of blood.
She does. Well, yeah, like black ink.
Black
goop.
ink. I drank a pint of quink.
Oh, excellent. That's good.
Yeah.
Did you look like Oswald Cobblepot from the Batman Returns at the end?
Yeah. So I did a wee that lasted 1 minute and 12 seconds.
Oh, terrific. All right, cool. Well, I'll give it a go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, Essie Davis plays a knackered widow who's struggling to deal with the loss of her husband whilst raising her irritating son, Samuel. She decides to take him out of school when he makes a really cool dart gun. She's forced to sit through his magic shows, and he keeps her up all night when he climbs into bed with her. One night he finds a weird pop-up book about a fellow with a top hat and sharp claws called Mr. Babadook, which understandably freaks him out, and he becomes convinced that the monster is real. Essie Davis disposes of the book, but Samuel's behaviour gets worse and worse. Luckily, she's able to get a sweet prescription for child sedatives from the doctor, so she can get some sleep. Hooray! But then the reassembled book turns up again with an even creepier version of the Mr. Babadook story inside. Amelia burns it, but she starts having horrible visions, seeing the Babadook everywhere she goes, and one night the spirit seemingly jumps into her. She locks herself in the house and goes full Jack Torrance, snapping her dog's neck and chasing after the boy with a big old kitchen knife. Thankfully, Samuel manages to use his Home Alone-style traps and perform a sort of loving exorcism in the basement, forcing the Babadook out of Essie Davis. She's forced to confront the beast / her grief, and realising that she can't just get rid of it, forces the Babadook into the basement, where she's able to keep it under control by feeding it mud and worms. The end.
A lovely ending there.
Lovely. Beautiful.
So that was 132, so a little overrun there, but
a little bit.
Comprehensive breakdown.
Sometimes I like to, I like to break it down a little more. I like to get in,
Well, I think this film needed that. So
it does. Eamonn, my big question for you.
Yeah.
Did this film scare you?
What's interesting about this film is there was no real jump scares. It was more about the psychological horror. The kind of horror films I really don't like watching are... I mean, I've not even seen it, but I imagine things like Paranormal Activity, which is just like loads and loads of jump scares. And like constantly, like, trying to make you... what's the word?
Your pants?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so no jump scares. I mean, there were scenes in the film that did scare me. Her in the bed, and he appears on the ceiling all juddery and animated.
That was really good. Yeah,
that was really good. Yeah, there were there's a shot where she looks through the old lady's window. And he's just there. That was creepy. That was creepy. Freaked me out. I mean, as you said, it's more the psychological horror, isn't it? And there's some stuff that stays with you. Like, there's one that was right at the beginning when the boy's in bed with her and he's just sort of clenching her neck. Like, he's just hugging her neck with his hand. Yeah. And then just kicking her and breathing on her and just, all that stuff. You know what it's like to be in bed with your child.
It on the surface should be really sweet and, like, tender. Oh, God. But, like, after a few sort of, like, hefty kicks.
Yeah, it's hell. I mean, there's that scene where she goes to the doctor and there's this long pause. She suggests the sedatives, doesn't she? Just something to help him sleep. And the doctor just looks back at her.
I know.
And I don't know if you feel the same, but I was just like, please give her some. Please give her something.
No, I was.
Just let the child sleep.
Yeah. And like the cut to the next scene and she has this huge smile on her face.
Yeah, she just floats down onto the bed, doesn't she?
She has one good night's sleep.
Yeah, I thought the performances were brilliant. She was amazing.
She was good. The little lad was brilliant.
He was brilliant. I mean, he was really annoying, but you know, a great performance because he needed to be.
That was the amazing thing. It's like he was really annoying, but then he sort of has this heroic turn at the end, and you start rooting for him. Yeah, I guess you know why he's been so annoying all the time, and his mum's about to kill him. It's like, that would make you a bit annoying. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. What's the scariest thing you've ever seen?
I once saw a dog that I thought was a horse. It was so big, I thought it was a horse. And then I realised that it was a dog, and it freaked me out.
And was that some clever analogy for a psychological issue you had?
Yeah, I was a big black dog. No, it was just a dog that looked like a horse. What about you?
I'm trying to think about when I was a kid if I found anything really scary. I used to find Postman Pat scary. There's there in the title sequence to Postman Pat. There's a moment where he breaks the fourth wall and he looks directly at the camera, and it used to freak me the hell out.
Yeah,
because he used to got this massive like nose and face, and he just used to turn, and like he was staring into your soul.
Hello.
Yeah, and I used to have this horrible image. I used to think about him being in the corner of my room and just staring at me.
That's creepy.
Because if you think about the proportions of him, he's all wrong. He's like a square almost. He's almost as wide as he is tall.
Yeah.
So you think about this big cube-shaped Postman Pat just staring at me in the corner of my room.
No, that's legit terrifying.
That's pretty scary, isn't it?
It is. I remember the time when I was very scared. It wasn't something I'd seen. It was something I did. So we went on holiday as a family, and it was a resort thing in Mallorca. And there was a buffet, and they did these peaches, like canned peaches, so half a peach. And I put a whole half peach in my mouth and ate it all. And I thought the boys were really impressed. So the next night I tried to do it again, and I put the peach in, and I realised I couldn't breathe. And there's a video of it. And I put the peach in, like, oh, and my face like just goes like, oh, and then and
how did you get it?
And then
out?
I just like spat out the whole thing just fell out of my mouth.
Oh my God.
My wife was not impressed at all, but she did keep filming it.
She's thinking about that. You've been framed money.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
I think I've heard someone whisper my name, but it might have also been an ex-housemate who I no longer speak with gaslighting me.
It could go either way.
But yeah, obviously there's a no-win situation there. So if I want to find out, I basically have to ask this person, like, did you try and really creepily say my name in the middle of the night for no reason?
No.
And of course they're not going to say yes, are they? They're just going to go no. So like, either they did and they realised they got one over on me, or they didn't and they think I'm f***ing batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for anyone else.
You've seen a ghost, haven't you?
I think I saw a ghost when I was young. I saw an old lady sitting on a chair in my room. I don't know if it was a weird light reflection. I didn't feel scared.
That's the thing, like, I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, but the fact that you've seen one makes me think, oh, maybe, because Ben has never told a lie in his entire life. Ever. He's never said anything that wasn't true.
Never tell a lie.
He's never lied. So everything he said on this podcast, 100% true. Even the horrible stuff. Especially the horrible stuff is true.
Old honest Ben, they call me.
Yeah, but no, it's just like, there's some people you meet and they'll be like, yeah, I've seen ghosts, and you're like, yeah, of course you have.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, you absolute nutter.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. And then when you said it, I was like, oh, okay. Like,
oh well, I like that you have faith in me. That's sweet. What did you think? The decor of the house.
Yeah, what I really liked there's something I couldn't put my finger on. It felt depressing. Yeah, but it looked like also looked like a regular house. I think there's no decorations or stuff on the walls. All the walls were bare. Yeah,
they were like dark blue or black. It was all black and white.
I had a real sort of like moment of sort of sympathy with her, where she just walks into the kitchen and she realizes it's a mess. I think she has a cockroach on her shoulder. Yeah. And she finds an infestation and sends her into this spiral of like cleaning. Yes. We've never had an infestation, but it's just like, hello? Huh?
What's the Tesco password? Let Ben here in case he orders.
It's the regular one, I think.
It's not letting me log in on my laptop.
This one.
Oh, okay.
Try that.
That's right. Yeah, I had a different one.
Alright, that's just my wife asking about the Tesco click and collect Details? Yeah, no, it's that moment where she just like has a meltdown about her kitchen and goes on a cleaning frenzy. Like that's happened to me. That happens to me frequently.
Yeah, we had in our old house mice, and we'd sort it out, and then we'd like come downstairs and there'd be like a dropping in a bowl or something, and it was just like, right, get everything out, wash it all. Yeah, it's horrible.
We actually lived abroad for a while.
Yeah.
It was a hot country, and one day I did see a cockroach in our apartment.
Eee.
And I have almost like a panic attack.
Yeah.
I literally spent about an hour and a half trying to track it down in the skirting boards and just couldn't find it. And it was just like, I felt like Gene Hackman in The Conversation. Just desperately like pulling out wires, prizing things off walls, just
Isn't
trying to find this.
You told me that place burned down. Was that when that happened?
That's right. I couldn't find it. I was just like, sod this.
Yeah.
I'll just burn it down.
There's only one choice in that situation. You know, if you can't find the cockroach, just set fire to the place. I mean, you famously did the same thing to your sister's house when you found the spider.
Find a single huntsman spider. It's just like burning this place down. I don't care how close it is to the beach.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
And then there was your uncle's house, but I don't think you found any insects there, did you?
I just didn't like my uncle.
No.
So I burnt his house down.
Yeah, all good reasons.
I'll only set a house on fire if I see an insect or I don't like that person. That's the only time I'll burn a house down.
That's okay.
Or if I'm bored.
Right. Yeah, maybe not the last one, but the others are good reasons, like solid reasons, I would say.
Hang on, sorry, 1 second. My wife's really giving me the old right there, Fred, about the Tesco login.
The old right there, Fred.
That's what Bill Burr says.
I should give him the old right there, Fred.
Just click on show.
Oh, I think it's this one.
Just click on show.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, mate, how would I know that?
Oh, that's an old one. Yeah, you wouldn't get that reference.
No. Okay, right.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool reference to a pretty good TV show. If you can't share it, I'm really annoyed. What do we agree on? Circumstances in which you can morally burn down a house.
Well, you said insect, dislike of uncle. Is it any family member or just an uncle?
Just anyone.
Oh, anyone? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if we get
member.
invited around to a house and I don't enjoy the company, I'll just burn it down.
Boredom.
Oh, for crying out loud. Jesus Christ.
I can't get it. It's not working.
Yeah.
We ain't going to eat, Ben, if we don't do this shop.
Don't eat. There's more important things.
I'm keeping this in the podcast now. I edit this bit. Everyone, all the listeners will hear.
You're living your glamorous podcast life and I'm
right.
doing the Tesco shop.
There you go.
That's how it works in our household.
That's it, yeah. Go and do the shopping.
If someone's racist,
Yeah.
burn the house down. Even if it's your own house.
If there's a racist in
If
it.
there's a racist in it, burn your house down.
Yeah, if people have stockpiled like kindling or fuel, I'll burn it down just to teach them a lesson.
It's just asking to be burnt, isn't it?
It is. I'm just like, mate, what do you expect?
Begging for it. Well, it's for the coming apocalypse, isn't it? Well, it's burnt, I'm afraid.
Tough now when your house is burned down. So I mean, those are just a few examples of when you can burn a building down.
Halloween as well.
Oh yeah, I'll go trick or treating.
Yeah.
If I don't get the right sweets, I'll burn a house down.
That's all right. That's it. It's not, trick. It's treat. Okay, thank you. That's not a full-size wham bar.
Yeah, or if, for example, I get a full-sized fuse bar, I'll knock on the door, get them to open. I'll be like, good one, mate. Thanks for this. I'm not going to burn your house down.
What if you've got like a half-size curly whirly? Because that's still quite big, not a full-size curly whirly.
I don't like sweets that stick to my teeth, so I wouldn't burn the house down, but maybe like their bike shed.
Oh, that's fair. That's okay.
Yeah, just like a warning. Like, don't do it again.
Yeah, it's a good warning. It's a fair warning, isn't it?
Yeah, if they take the mickey, if they give me like a Turkish delight,
There's no question that house is going up in flames.
Yeah. Oh well, maybe I'd burn down their kennels.
A kennel.
That's like a proper you're on warning.
No, a Turkish delight would send me over the edge, bang, just like that.
Is it the worst sweet? It's definitely up there.
Turkish delights, rank.
Have you ever told a Turkish person you don't like their delights? They go mad.
Not a big fan of your delights, mate.
What I really, really hoped for and got with this movie is like clearly the Babadook is like a metaphor for her depression.
Yeah, and trauma.
Yeah, and my problem with a lot of horror films is the ending is always really like bleak. But what I really wanted like a proper resolution to the trauma in this, and we 100% got it. And I thought it was such a smart way that they wrapped it up that it's not left.
No,
you've not banished this thing. It's still there. You're just acknowledging it and dealing with it in a healthy way. I just thought it was a brilliant ending.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a great ending. I mean, might have liked it a little more if it had eaten her up.
At the end?
Yeah, if you just ate her up. It was an uplifting ending as well.
Yeah, I thought so.
In its metaphor, it was realistic. Yeah, it did everything you wanted. It was well clever.
Tell me about the supernatural being you have in your basement that you feed worms.
It sort of looks like a rotten Cliff Richard. I don't know why it's there. It was here when we bought the house.
Well, in fairness, you were told about it, weren't you? And it had that on the listing.
Yeah, it was the owner's gran.
Gigantic Edwardian house.
Yeah. 8
bedrooms.
Yeah.
Supernatural being in basement.
Terrifying dead gran. And it, you got to take the rough with the smooth.
You've got such a mature attitude to all this stuff.
It knocked about 100 grand off the house, so that worked.
It is good leverage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Well, I'm not being funny, mate. You've got ghoul in the basement. That's going to drive your price down.
And you haven't got a basement, have you?
No. Got a loft though. Actually, that's what I keep in my loft is all my fire starting stuff.
All your pyro gear.
All my pyro gear. So I mean, that could go up like that.
Got it in a box. Eamonn's pyro gear.
Yeah, it's a massive box.
Yeah.
There's like fireworks in one corner, like loads of like bottles of lighter fluid.
You hide it though, don't you? Because you've written mags on the box, so no one knows. Mags.
Yeah. People just think it's my old mags.
Yeah, jazz mags. You wrote.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, don't go in there. It's full of my old pornography.
Yeah, don't open that. Oh God. Yeah, it's a classic ruse.
It is a classic ruse. And then with my pornography, I keep in the cereal boxes. So I have to make sure that the kids don't try and get cereal from the boxes because that's where my porno is. Yeah,
but don't you keep them in like All Brand, Special K?
All the ones that they wouldn't eat.
No,
yeah.
Frosties, keep Frosties in there.
Frosties, yeah. I might put like a Mayfair in the Frosties. Something relatively clean. Like all the real filth, like Reader's Wives. It's like like Weetabix boxes.
All right. Would you, Eamonn, a man who is not typically a fan of horror films, flush this film down the toilet like a dirty, spiky-fingered, hat-wearing spirit? Or would you fish it out of the bowl and keep it inside one of your pop-up books?
Yeah, I'd fish this out. I was really, really impressed with it.
Good.
Such a clever film. Brilliant. And I think one of the best portrayals of depression and parenting I've ever seen. Really, really good.
Awesome, man.
What about you?
Oh, yeah, I would fish this out. I think it's a brilliant film. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted you to watch it, because I think it's, as someone who doesn't see many horror films, I wanted you to see a really good one. And this is
a great one.
It's a great movie.
It's brilliant.
I remember seeing it in the cinema, and it freaked me out. And I also remember it was in Wimbledon, and it was quite a very middle class crowd watching the film. And this older woman, there wasn't a lot of, I like quiet during horror films, but there was a part when there's 3 knocks on the door, and this woman just went, "He knocked 3 times." And I just, I was cracking up. It was so funny. Good. I think she was with her daughter, and she was like, "Shh, Mum."
That's amazing.
"He knocked 3 times," and she sort of covered her mouth like it really was. She just couldn't help herself.
Oh, I love it.
It was really funny. So that means we have a new edition, and it's been a while.
Hey, remember off that cool format point?
Yeah.
That tank of glory?
The Tank of Glory.
Yeah.
So remind me, what's in the Tank of Glory? Because we're only allowed 5 movies in there, and this
Jeez
means
Louise.
that one of them has to get kicked out. Now, is there a
Yes.
rule that we can't take out the last one that went in? I think that should be a rule.
That's a good rule. Yeah.
All right. So we've got 7, Midnight Run, Hard Boiled, and Brawl in Cell Block 99. One of those has to go.
Yeah.
I know which one you choose because you always bang on about it.
Yeah. Which one would you choose?
God, that's really hard.
So we're saying we can't kick out the most recent addition,
No.
which was Suicide Squad.
So that was Suicide Squad
is
has to
safe.
stay in there.
So your choice is Midnight Run, Hard Boiled, Brawl in Cell Block 99, or 7.
I think the one that I've watched most recently and didn't float my boat as much as it did before was 7. If it were up to me, which it isn't solely, I would replace 7 with the Babadook.
Interesting. Yeah.
What would you choose?
I would choose Hard Boiled.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with Hard Boiled is I never watched it when it first came out. So
Yeah.
I think obviously lots of stuff is derivative of it or inspired by it, but unfortunately can't give it the same value as I would have done had I seen it early on, because now it feels like derivative.
Well, there's only one way to settle this.
Yeah,
A classic scissors, paper, stone.
let's do it.
Gentleman rules, not prison rules.
And are we saying just whoever wins the first one, that's it? Or are we doing best of 3?
Best of 3. Make it more fun for the listener.
Well, I mean, they can't see it. But
Exactly. They love it.
yeah.
Right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
That's a scissor. Oh, he
Scissors.
got me. How did he do it? Okay. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, I got a stone, Eamonn got a scissor. Okay, so this is it. You ready?
Hang on. Yeah, I'm
There you
good.
go.
Okay.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3. Oh,
Yes!
He got me.
Woo!
How does he do
Scissors
it? How
beats
does he do
paper.
it, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Oh, man. So that means Hard Boiled is leaving the Tank of Glory.
See you later, Hard Boiled. You big loser.
And the Babadook is going in.
And it takes its place.
I am sad that Hard Boiled's gone, but Babadook's great.
The Hard Boiled thing is completely subjective based on when I saw it. So I appreciate it. I know
You don't have to
it's a
defend
good
it.
film. No,
It's funny when
piece
it's
of
funny.
piece of shit. I hate it.
Excellent. All right, good.
Superb film. Thank you for recommending it. Really, really enjoyed it.
Safe, man. Safe. And now it's time for this week's Top 5, in which we try to guess each other's top 5 choices on a theme. We have 3 goes. The person who gets the most guesses gets to pick next week's film, and the person who loses does a forfeit. What's our top 5 all about this week then, Eamonn, eh? What's our top 5 all about?
So it is the top 5 child characters in the movies.
So, kids in movies can often be very annoying,
Yeah,
but there are some kids who are awesome,
yeah.
and that's what our top 5 is. All right, my first guess for you is Newt from Aliens.
Yes.
Well, she's great.
Obviously, it's my favourite film. Apparently, when they were casting for that role, she had never acted before. I think she might have done like a school play.
Yeah.
But the reason they chose her is because of her lack of active acting. Because all the other kids that age had done loads of commercials.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, sort of deliver a line of dialogue and then do like a gigantic smile. The aliens just ate my family, and then sort of smile.
That makes sense. She's good.
Okay, this is a double. I'm going to say Ricky Baker from Hunt from the Wilder People.
No, but that is a good choice.
He is hilarious. He's the funniest child in any film.
He's great. I hadn't considered him. I possibly would have put him on my list if I had.
Yeah, should have done, mate. Okay, right. Your turn.
Okay, I'm going to say Kevin from Home Alone.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting. I liked those films when I was a kid, but when I watch them now, I really root for Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. It's like he's such an annoying kid. Yeah.
You know, Joe Pesci did that to stop himself from swearing.
What do you mean?
It was because he was so used to just swearing
Yeah.
that he had to do something else.
Ah. You know, he's obviously like a big criminal in this. Do you think it's the same cinematic universe as Goodfellas?
Yeah, definitely. It was before he became Tommy. He was one of the Wet Bandits.
Right. So bad news for old Amo. Okay, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to say Short Round from Indiana Jones.
No, not Short Round. He's a funny character, but no, I didn't pick him. Okay, this is a duplicate. Danny Torrance from The Shining?
No.
No? Okay, doing well, aren't we? We're doing well.
Yeah, this is toughy.
Zit, Eamonn. Zit.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I do think he is good and not annoying. Elliot from E.T.
No, I didn't pick Elliot.
No!
He's good, but no, I didn't pick him.
Okay, go on. What were yours then?
Okay, so I had Danny from The Shining, John Connor from Terminator 2.
He's rubbish. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's good. I like John Connor.
He's the worst thing in that film. Anyway.
Olive from Little Miss Sunshine. She's great.
Yeah, she's good.
Matilda from Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie Portman. And I don't think you've seen this film, but there's a character in the Monster Squad called Horace, who is amazing. So those are my 5. What about you?
So I had Ricky Baker.
Yeah.
A really good one that you should have had.
Yeah.
Newt. I had Elliot from E.T.
Mm-hmm.
I had Russell from Up. Again.
Yes, I thought you might have.
Not annoying.
I should have said him, yeah.
And I had Mouth from the Goonies, Corey Feldman's character.
I nearly chose Chunk at one point.
Oh, did you?
I like Chunk, yeah. He's good.
I'm denied about this. I was going to put on Little Z from City of God.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The little kid who plays him is outstanding.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's a horrible character, though.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't choose him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in films recently, like the cast of It were really good. Mm-hmm. Those sort of coming-of-age ensemble films. Stand By Me has some good characters in it. Jojo Rabbit, the kids in that were great.
Oh, another Taika Waititi film.
And Ghostbusters comes out soon. I think some of they kids look good.
Bet your ass we're going to do that film.
Woo woo! Da, 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 da. That's what we'll be doing, won't we?
Yeah.
Everyone else will love it.
We've been doing that for 45 minutes.
Yeah. We'll just sing the soundtrack for the first film. People will love that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, just little nuggets.
Yeah, all the spooky bits as well.
That's it. That's good.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's going to be great. I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to see us. Cool. All right, that's good. So you've got a forfeit.
So in the Babadook, the mum really sort of reveals how unhinged she is. She turns and snaps at the little boy when he says, "I'm hungry." She says, "Why don't you go and eat a shit?" So the forfeit this week is to eat a big shit.
And that's your forfeit as well.
That's mine, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we agreed that together. That's
glad
terrific.
about that.
And last week, my forfeit was to spend the night on a roundabout. Not a carousel, an actual traffic-based roundabout.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. I am in the middle of a roundabout island, I guess you could call it. Well up for this challenge. I'm going to be here for 24 hours. So far I've seen 14 red cars, 26 black cars and 6 white vans. One of which drove around the roundabout 3 times to find out what I was doing, and then another couple of times to tell me how they felt about it. So it's nice that people are paying attention. Okay, I'm a couple of hours in, quite peckish. I didn't bring any food or water with me because, surviving. So if the traffic comes to a standstill, I might just ask some people if they got any food, a French stick, bit of cheese, I don't know, some sparkling water or something. We'll see. Turns out no one is willing to offer me any snacks. In fact, a lot of them were quite rude. I guess they don't listen to the podcast. But it's fine. I'm a soldier. I'm going to be fine. 4 hours in, my shoes are soaking wet. My coat is not quite as waterproof as I hoped it would be, so I'm quite cold. Really need the toilet. And I probably should have gone before I went. It's very noisy. But I am strong. I'm good. I'm good.
9 hours now. It's starting to get a bit dark. Really cold. This is awful. Eamonn, I think you would have been better at this. You've probably got more appropriate footwear and, I don't know, a wax jacket or something. I don't have any of that. Alright, we're 10 hours in and I've had a new lease of life. I am buzzing. There's constant lights flashing around the roundabout. It's kind of like a party if you can think about it in the right way. And a couple of guys were drag racing a moment ago around the roundabout. A lot of smoke. It was actually really exciting. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I want to go home. Oh, I think I wet myself. Eamonn. Oh, it was really loud. I think I passed out. I've actually been here for 26 hours. I was woken by repeated honking. I think it was the van drivers from yesterday who hurled abuse at me. So they've actually ended up doing me a favour, because I think if I'd slept here much longer, I probably would have got hypothermia or something. So I'm going to go home, I'm going to have a nice hot bath, and I am never doing this again. Next film going to be?
It's going to be The Many Saints of Newark, the prequel movie to The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Woke up this morning, got myself a gun.
The classic theme tune. It's like I listened to it yesterday.
Alright, thanks a lot for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, you guys. You're the best fans in the world.
You're the only fans.
That's right. Don't let anyone tell you different.
I don't imagine they would.
They better not.
I feel like we don't know a lot of our listeners.
No, you should
reach out.
reach out to us.
We don't know who you are.
We sound really aggressive. We're actually pretty nice. Honestly.
And that roadshow, Eamonn, is it happening soon?
We were doing Aberdeen, and then it was Land's End.
2 dates.
Yeah, if you're in Leicester,
Yeah.
you have to come down to Land's End.
Yes. And if you're in Northumberland,
Yeah,
go to Aberdeen.
that's it.
What if you're in London?
Oh, we're doing 12 dates in London. The most important city.
I thought it was a 2-date tour. So it's a 14-date tour. 2 weeks.
Oh, I forgot about those. So we start out in Aberdeen.
Okay.
12 dates in London.
Right, you didn't tell me about them,
Okay.
but good.
Then
good.
one in Land's then one in Land's End.
It's an odd tour.
Yeah, we're legally obliged to do at least 3 separate locations. So we just thought, fine, we'll do either extreme of the country.
Yeah.
And then all the rest in London.
Well, we sold out Brixton Academy, haven't we, for 12 nights?
That's right. The toilet, the Brixton Academy.
Yes. Yeah. There's quite a lot of other bands playing while we're doing it.
That's right. It'd be real noisy.
I think Sam Fender's playing. The Hoosiers, are they a band?
They are, yeah. From about...
Yeah, they're playing while we're there. Hopefully Megan Trainor will be there as well.
That's right. With
and she might join us.
Well, yeah. When she'll demand a toilet with an extra toilet as part of her rider.
That's true. Then you wouldn't get that in Brixton Academy.
They wouldn't stand for it.
I forget that. Right.
Okay.
Bye then. Eamonn, finish us off.
Keep flushing.
Look into my eye. Bye.
Bye.